Hi guys, I'm back. Woo, I be having a lot of stuff to talk about and everything, and as I read and educate myself, I just want to share with you guys so that I can help you as I'm helping and educating myself, which is it's a blessing just to be able to know or know the resources to even do that, because sometimes we don't know. Sometimes when you don't have it in you can't, if you don't have the knowledge. One thing about reading the Bible and making sure that you're reading the Bible and you're praying is that you're not going, the Holy Spirit and God can't speak to you, because the knowledge, the things that you put inside of you, understanding and learning, He can speak to you. So if I'm reading my Bible and I'm studying and I'm referencing to the Bible, the Holy Spirit reminds me of the things that I read and I study and I meditate on. And it comes back out, so I'm like, oh, okay, that's how he speaks to you, when you get into the Word and you're actually studying the Word. So one thing that I've been working on when it comes to becoming the woman that I want to becoming kingdom, and becoming a righteous woman and a virtuous woman is not just when you go to church, you get the Word, but you got to do some things on your own. You got to do some footwork and some leg work on your own. This right here goes for women that are single and women that are married. Okay, so you start doing these things and working on these things in your life, in your singleness, so that you could be the woman that God wants you to be. Okay. So here are some things I'm going to read to you. This is a passage that I keep posted, so I can constantly remind myself of what I should be doing in my life and how I should be, become, especially in, my role as a wife. And it's Proverbs 31, the wife of noble character. So I'm going to read a little bit to you, and then I'm going to give you, the things that describes, if you're trying to be this woman and you want to be, the queen, and everybody's talking about, I'm a queen, I'm gonna straighten out my crown. Well, here is what a queen looks like. This is what is Proverbs 31, which is the noble wife, the character of a woman. This is what you should be doing or implementing in your life. Okay, the passage says, a wife of noble character who can find. She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, no harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ship, bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it's still night, and she provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her task. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows and has no fear of her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes covering for her bed. She's clothed in fine linen and in purple, my favorite color. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom and faithful instructions on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her for all that her hand hath done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. So let's go over a couple of things, some things that I was saying. And if you don't know about Proverbs 31, make sure you read it, take some notes, or you can print it off and post it, so you can be reminded of the person that if you're not not there, or you don't know how you should be or how you should be walking. That is a very, very explicit indication of the type of woman you should be working towards in your life. In Proverbs 31, it says she's rare. Number one, she's rare, right? The passage says she's worth far more than rubies. Rubies is something that's bright. Like, you can't find rubies. That's rare. That's something rare. You can't find rubies anywhere, right? She's worth far more than rubies. That means that she's rare. She works hard. Okay, one thing about Proverbs 31 woman, she's a hard worker. Okay, it says her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. Okay, all right, so it says she's a hard worker. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. So she's a hard worker. She does what she has to do to make sure that her family is taken care of. If she's a business owner or whatever she does, she goes in and she makes sure that she gives what she needs to give for her family. She loves her husband. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. So, she loves and respects her husband, and like it says, he has full confidence in her. He lacks nothing of value, she's not trying to bring any harm to him. We as women, we become so competitive in our marriages, and we want to outdo our husbands, and we're a team, we are one. When we made the commitment to become one, we should be working as one. As a team, you are now one person, you are now one flesh. You cannot think individually. Your husband is not your opponent. You're not supposed to be working against him, in times where you may be in a marriage where your husband hasn't grown to his full potential yet. You have to pray and you have to intercede, because, this is the man that you chose to spend the rest of your life with. So, God would definitely bless you for that. And those are some areas that I'm learning in as well. All right. She loves and prioritizes her family. All right. So let's see in the verse, she gets up while it's still night. She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. This is something that that I think that for the most part, women have, we know how to get up and get it done for our family and, for our children. That's what we do. That's what we work for. Some of us, have gotten very complacent in that area, but, it never says, we have those traditional families where, the woman stays home and the husband goes out and work. But whatever it is you do, do it, make sure that the upkeep of your home, and make sure you provide a safe haven for your family, and it's a home to come home. It's something that you can come home to. I believe and this is just my belief, that you should create an atmosphere of peace and love in your home. You should create an ambiance that your husband and your children and your family want to come in, and it's inviting and it's loving, and it's clean and it's in order. I feel like women should take a lot of, take more pride in those areas of their life that they tend to, are lax in. That's very, very important. Even if you have, my husband is the cooker in the relationship, but you best believe I'm right behind him, straightening, tidying up. We have a wonderful ambiance of just love and connection when we're in the kitchen together, and he enjoys it. But I make sure that the kitchen is clean and intact for him to do what he loves to do. I don't leave it a mess. I don't feel like that's his responsibility. He doesn't have to do anything in the house. When he comes home, I'm always thinking of ways to make the house more warm and comfortable and relaxing, because you see a lot of men that don't like to come home. 9 times out of 10 is because the house is not a home, because we as women don't know how to make the house a warm place for them to come home to. We think just because we there, then that's all they need, but they need a warm atmosphere. The atmosphere has to be what, right. That's our job, to create that atmosphere in the home. So anyway, she helps the poor and those in need, and that's a big thing. That's something that we don't do. We always, kind of wait for people to come to us, or we don't go and we don't help the people that are in need. There are people that really need help, whether it's our wisdom, or a shoulder to lean on, or whether we have things that we don't necessarily need anymore, and people are out there that need our help of any kind. We have to, I feel like it's one of our things that we should serve. That's one of the things, not being caught up in your own world and way of doing things. You're so, all you think about, you have to have you're running your household, you're going to work, you're doing things every day, but then you're not really, serving the way that you should. So that's what a Proverbs 31 woman does. She's just not caught up in herself and her little world. She actually is giving back. So she takes care of herself. Ding, 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 ding. That's a big thing. That's a big thing, guys. You know what I mean? That's a big thing, because it says here, let's see. Let me see. She trade blah blah blah. Okay. It says here. Hold on, let me find it where it says, because I missed my little place. Let's see. Yeah. Close, girl. Okay. Let's see. It says she makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. Okay. She makes covering for her bed. Okay. Did you hear that? She makes clothing for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. I knew I love purple for a reason. That's my favorite color. But anyways, ladies, we have to, whether we're in a relationship or we're married, we have to take care of ourselves. That's a Proverbs 31 woman. You know what I mean? I have met so many women, especially women that are in the Christian community. Even if they're not in the Christian community, they are so big, even when they're in the Christian community, they are so busy serving and going to church and doing all this and doing all that. And then, they're married and stuff like that. They neglect themselves. You have to make sure that you keep yourself together. Whether, it's your appearance, your hair, make sure that you're together. You know what I mean? Don't let yourself get out of hand. We get married and then we lose who we are. We lose who we are. This goes for women that's in the word and women that are not in the word. We get married, we have children, and we think we're supposed to all let it go. The things that we paid attention to, we no longer pay attention to anymore. It's your duty to make sure that you look good for yourself and for your husband. Okay, take care of yourself. Don't lose focus of you because you're married. Don't lose focus of you, especially if you're in a relationship. You know what I mean? Quit walking around the house. When your husband comes home, especially if you don't work, look beautiful. Look beautiful for him. You know what I mean? Look beautiful for yourself. Take pride in yourself. You know what I mean? Make sure that you follow a very healthy workout regimen. Go to the gym. Do stuff that, benefits you, not just everybody else. You have to make sure that you continue to keep yourself up and not lose who you are. And ladies, if you don't do that, that's not a part of who you don't keep yourself up and you don't feel like it's necessary. It says it right here in Proverbs 31. What was the verse? Let me see. Hold on. It says right here, Proverbs 31 verse 22. Okay. It tells us what a Proverbs 31 woman is, and that's a part of it. Get yourself together. Quit thinking in your mind that when you get married, he should just, I think this is ridiculous for a woman to be like, well, you married me, love me for who I am. If your husband telling you, baby, because And he's telling you, baby, you got put on a little weight. Let me help you. Take that help. There's nothing wrong with that. Baby, you may have, because we get caught up in the house and the children and the this and the that, and we don't focus on ourselves. So ladies, please take heed to this. There's nothing wrong with that. He ain't wrong for feeling like that. And if you got a husband that let himself go, you need to be telling him, hey, what happened to you? Work out, work out together. Start cooking healthy meals together. You know what I mean? Get up and put your, clothes on. Don't walk around in your dust and house shoes and little satin headscarves all day. Get yourself together. That's not of God. Okay. But anyways, it says, takes care of herself. She's strong and beautiful, and she's loved by others. Okay. Let's go to that. Let's go down to, let's see the verse where she says, many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. Okay. But a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. She's strong and she's beautiful. She's strong and she's beautiful. Let's talk about that, ladies. Today's society, woman has such the wrong attitude when it comes to when they're in a relationship, or their attitude as a single woman. You can be strong and beautiful. You can be strong and feminine. You know what I mean? You just have to know how to be that person. You can be all those things, walking around and acting like you the man, and not being the person that you need to be in the relationship. Bringing your feminine qualities to the relationship. No. I don't need no. And your attitude is just nasty. You know what I mean? You trying to take on because women have been broken and hurt so long that now they're taking on these men characteristics. They can be the man that can sleep with whoever they want to sleep with, and they can do a little quickie. It don't make no difference. I'm independent. They got I don't understand that. That's not the way it's intended. That's not what Proverbs 31 woman is. She's strong and beautiful and feminine. It's ways that you can handle that. I had to learn that myself. I can be a very masculine woman because I've worked hard all my life. I worked 70 hours a week. I took care of my own house. I had my kids. I ran my household on my own. And then when it came to me being the woman and being feminine in my relationship, I didn't know how to allow the man to take the lead. I messed up. I didn't really mess up situations. I feel like those situations weren't for me. But I had to learn in my relationships to allow my husband to take the lead. When you're a strong woman like that, you don't know how to be both and do both. You have to learn how to do both. Still love and respect your husband, as the head of the house. If he's not there, then it's your job to intercede in his life and pray and ask God what is your will in his life, and what's his will for your husband and for your marriage. You have to be that person to help to nudge him to where he needs to be or where he needs to go so that he can lead it. It ain't your job to take the reins. It's not your job to take over and have this nasty attitude about how you're going to do things and how you going to fix him and how he going to do this and all that with your hands throwed out and your neck rolling, because baby, you're going to be by yourself. Fix your attitude. I'm telling you, you can be a strong woman, but just because you're a strong woman does not make you a virtuous woman. You want to be a strong woman and beautiful and feminine. You want to be everything that you're supposed to be. You better learn how to do that. Okay, I'm learning still how to do that, because it's a very hard when you have been, you running a business, you're doing all this stuff. It's really hard not to take the reins sometimes, but like I said, it takes prayer and then it takes knowledge. So we talked about knowledge before, so it takes all those things, ladies. So I just want you to be aware. Go to Proverbs 31, read it. It's gonna be Proverbs. So you're going to go to Proverbs 31, 10 through 31. Read it get an understanding of it, you know, if you got to break it down for yourself. But it's very important, you know, to know, so then you have something, some guidelines to go by, so you're not just going by what society says a woman should be. This is the Bible. This is what it's telling us how we should be as women, whether we're single or whether we're in relationship or whether we're in marriage, whatever our situation is. This is how we should be. Okay, so then we're good with my husband later, so make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel. So we're going to be talking about the Ephesians 5 man, and we're going to be talking about the type of man that you as a Proverbs 31 woman, or aspiring to be a Proverbs 31 woman, what you should be looking for in a man, the characteristics of an Ephesians 5 man. All right, y'all have a good one. I'm out.